Happening, people? Back again for another video. It's been a couple of days, but yes, back on it. So, Manchester United versus Everton. To be honest with you, I'm not even angry. I've come to expect it with United. Uh, yeah, the 9-0 result they had against Southampton, who were down to 10 men, which was obviously a very good result for the amount of goals they scored. But in hindsight, down to 10 men, would it have been that result? I very much doubt it. But it was a good, obviously, confidence boost with some players, obviously, that needed to get onto the score sheet, getting on there. As I said, so today's title is the match reaction from the Everton game. Don't forget to smash the like button and to subscribe to my channel in the bottom right-hand corner. So, Man United 3, Everton 3. So, Man United, a team that he played, to be honest with you, I was surprised. And then again, I wasn't surprised because just knowing this manager, he seems to play a lot of the players in the style of what he was as a player. He's got a very old school British mentality, and the kind of players that he consistently plays. To be honest with you, in the long term, United are going to struggle. I've always been saying this. So if I just run through the team, so it was David De Gea in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, Luke Shaw at left back, Lindelof and Maguire centre backs. Then it was a McTominay and Pogba double pivot with Bruno at 10, Mason Greenwood on the right, Marcus Rashford on the left, and then Edinson Cavani as the striker. As I said, I would have played a different team to that, but that's the team he went with. United actually got off to a good start. Actually started quite well. The first goal come from Edinson Cavani from a good cross from Marcus Rashford. Pinpoint cross where Cavani really couldn't miss. All he had to do is header it down, which is what he did. United 1-0 up. Second goal was a bit of genius from Bruno Fernandes. Great bit of skill. I think the keeper could have done slightly better, but nonetheless, the execution on his goal was very good to put United 2-0 up. And then just looking at Ancelotti, I do feel that Everton played into United's hands. And you can see that on the sideline, Ancelotti was visibly annoyed as Richarlison was their outball, and the team consistently failed to play Richarlison the ball. Second half change, you can tell they played a bit more urgency, and this is why, as well, as I said, as long as this manager keeps picking Harry Maguire, you're gonna get okay performances, but then the main of it, you're going to get some bad performances. And as we all know, he's got no pace. So ball gets played through. Calvert-Lewin is a threat. He's very good in the air, and he's also quick as well. Obviously, gets in behind. Obviously, De Gea needs to have a stronger palm to fist it away. And then the Doucouré is obviously on there to just tap it in. And so I would say for that goal, David De Gea at fault, Harry Maguire at fault just due to his pace. So 2-1. Second goal was very well worked by Everton. James Rodriguez with the equaliser. As you know, he's got a wonder of a left foot. If you give him space in the area, he's going to punish you, and that's what he did. Took it down his chest. Great strike. No chance for De Gea. 2-2. United then make it 3-2 from a header from a free kick. Although I do think the free kick was pretty harsh on Everton. The ball in from, I believe it was from Luke Shaw, and then if you actually see the game, then McTominay doesn't know too much about it. I think it actually comes on the back of his head, but nonetheless makes it 3-2. And then literally with the last kick of the game, Twanzebe, who actually came on, gives away the free kick. And then ball gets played in by Lucas Digne. Ball falls to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and he just stabs it home to make it 3-3, literally last kick of the game. So United dropped 2 points. And for me, they were never in the title race anyway. And that definitely just confirmed it, because you can't be dropping 2 points at that position at that stage of the game. So, as I said, the lineup he played, not much to say really. I mean, I'm fed up of it really. The lineup he does consistently. Certain players just play every game at the expense of others, and yeah, that's what you're going to get. As soon as Pogba come off the pitch, I said they're going to struggle, because when you bring Fred on, even though Fred does have a right to play because he has been playing well, but the midfield of Fred, McTominay, and Bruno, they don't keep the ball. It's been seen many times. They just turn over the ball so many times, which was evidence in that game as well. So I wasn't really surprised that Everton came back into the game. Me personally, I would have brought Donny van der Beek on, because Donny van der Beek keeps the ball, which would have alleviated the pressure onto United's goal, because Everton were obviously going to be a threat in the second half. So, player ratings. David De Gea, I'll give him a. I have to give David De Gea a 5 out of 10, purely because I do think, although the initial mistake for the first goal wasn't his fault, I do think he should have had a stronger palm to try and fist it away, which led to obviously Everton getting the first goal. So I just give him a straight 5 out of 10. Wan-Bissaka, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Just another steady performance from him. Defensively was fine. Attacking wise was okay, but just another consistent performance from him as of late. Victor Lindelof, give him a 5 out of 10. Was all right. As I say, if you're in defence that's conceding 3 goals, you can't really get higher than a 6 really. As I say, like him and that Maguire and Lindelof partnership, everyone knows it doesn't work, but for some reason this manager keeps persisting with it. I know Eric Bailly might have been injured out for that game due to injury. But me personally, yeah, I just that partnership isn't going to work. There's no pace there. It needs to be either or for either one of them. So I'll give him a 5. Harry Maguire next to him, I'll give him a 5 as well. He was at fault, in my opinion, for the first goal. He was at fault for the last goal as well, because he's meant to be this commanding centre back that's meant to be getting his head onto the ball. And time after time again, he is just, for some reason, he's the spare man, and even had the cheek to put his hand up to call for offside for Calvert-Lewin's goal. He should be more concentrated on just trying to get his head on the ball, which is why United bought him in the first place. So for me, he was at fault for both of them goals, and he's the captain as well, which obviously gives him a bit more of responsibility to go and obviously put his head in the ball as well. So I'll give him a 5 based on that. Could have got a 4.5. In actual fact, I'll give him a 4.5, because just based on those things, I do think that he needs to do more personally. Moving on to Luke Shaw. I thought Luke Shaw had a good steady game again, which is what you come to expect. Wasn't as good as he has been, but just a good game really. So I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Moving on to midfield, McTominay got the header, which obviously he didn't know much about, in my opinion. Was tenacious, as we know. Still gives the ball away too much. But I thought he was okay. Don't think he was magnificent. I don't think he was poor. Just think he had an okay game. So I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Fred, who came on next to him, didn't really think Fred played too well. Yeah, I just think he's obviously in the team to break up play. Don't think he done that as much. Just an okay game. I'll probably give him a 5 out of 10. Um, Pogba before he came off was the best midfielder on the pitch. Um, no point giving him a player rating because say he didn't play the full game. Come off in the first half, but he was the best midfielder on the show. Just a shame that he come off, and as I said, as soon as he come off, you can see the deficiencies in the team that they just can't keep the ball. So that's the problem, really. Moving on to Bruno, I thought this was one of Bruno's better games. I don't think Bruno was outstanding, but he did score a truly class goal, which has to be given credit for. And he did keep the ball slightly more than he normally does. He's normally always trying to look for that forward pass and giving it away. But I do think he did play the simple ball today, and as I say, he did get the goal, so has to be given credit. So I'll give him a 6.5 today. Um, Marcus Rashford got the assists, but on the whole, missed two great chances. I didn't think he was. I didn't think he was great. I just think he put a good ball in for Cavani's goal, but in the crunch moments where you need to come up clutch, didn't do it. So I have to give him a 5.5 out of 10. Mason Greenwood had a very good game. Was a threat all game. One thing I liked about Mason is that Mason was trying to get on the ball. He's trying to look for the ball, which sometimes he's always on the periphery of the game. But he tried to look for the ball, get involved, and was a threat as well. So I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. I think it's one of his better games as of late. And then Edinson Cavani, great header for the first goal. For me personally, there seems to be this myth that Edinson Cavani is playing this well. I mean, I've watched Edinson Cavani in every game since he's played, and what the problem is that you see the commentators that you have watching it, that you have commentating on the game, Gary Neville, Martin Tyler, Glenn Hoddle. What they do is that Cavani's performances get overhyped. So if Cavani runs around, because it's what fits the narrative of what these guys look for, his performances get hyped up. From what I expect of Cavani, I expect Cavani to score a goal if he gets given a chance. I expect him to hold the ball up, bring others into play. And for me, he's not really consistent in doing that. But because he runs around a lot, I think he does get highlighted even more, which which for me, I don't really look at that. I mean, for me, if you're running around a lot, it's means you're not really running smart. Do you know what I mean? Because some of the best players just stand still, i.e. Messi. You don't see Messi running around like crazy. So when I see Cavani doing that, I just think that's just him as a kind of player. But I don't necessarily think that's something to be praising as much. Do you know what I mean? So I look at his general game. General game was okay. I don't think it was outstanding. Got the goal. And yeah, he worked hard, but as I said, I don't think he was amazing. So out of 10, I'll give him just give him a 6. If anyone thinks any otherwise, then you can drop a comment in there. Let me know what you think of the performances. And then he brought on Twanzebe. Wrong decision to bring on Twanzebe. Obviously, he's been suffering from racial abuse. You can tell that his head wasn't in it when he came on. So to bring him on for Mason Greenwood to add an extra defender onto the pitch actually backfired, because what's happened is that the referees then added on more time for that substitution. Twanzebe actually gives away the free kick, and then obviously that's where the equaliser come from. The fact that he didn't make any subs is a mystery, and it's an absolute joke, really. How the likes of Martial never come onto the pitch. So it's just baffling, really. So yeah, so they dropped 2 points, and then Manchester City today beat Liverpool 4-1. For me, Man City are going to win the league anyway. Their squad's too strong. They've got a world-class manager. So basically, they've got everything which United haven't got, really. They've got the know-how as well. and they're playing well. And the thing with Man City, they're not conceding any goals. I see a stat today. United have actually conceded 30 goals in 23 games. That's shocking. Um, that's shocking when you consider that they bought an £80 million centre back and a £50 million right back, but yet you concede 50 goals. Oh, sorry, 30 goals in 23 games. That's poor. Um, so yeah, as I said, as you can see, I'm a bit deflated because I look at United now and I think to myself, I don't really know where this club is going because I dread to think if Pogba goes, I can see Anthony Martial handing in a transfer request because I can tell he's unhappy and for good reason as well. So if there's just those two players alone leaving, um, will United replace them? No. And as I say, as long as this manager's here, the football is boring. Um, there's nothing to be excited about. It's just individual players that might just turn up on the day. There's no sustained kind of patterns of play. It's just boring to watch. So I've come to the point with United where if they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. That's just it, really. I don't really expect that much. So United are playing on, I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday, West Ham in the FA Cup. I do expect United to win that game. So as I do feel West Ham might make a few changes. United will make a few changes as well. But I do expect United to go through to the next round. It's going to be a tough game. West Ham are actually in very, very good form and are looking quite good, to be fair. But if United are serious, they have to win that game. It's a bit of silverware that they can actually go for. So yeah. I mean, United weren't really in the title race anyway. Uh, and now I think Leicester might be a point or 2 points behind them. Chelsea won today again, so they're now fifth. So the race for the top four is heating up. It's heating up, and there's other teams with games in hand as well. So United's next league game, I believe, is West Brom away from home. That's a must-win game, and then we'll see where we go from there. Don't forget to smash the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel in the bottom right-hand corner. And I'll be back tomorrow. Later.